In this particular case I showed it to my agent who had been my agent for some 18 years at that point, and he'd read my presentation. Sherwood Schwartz had a dark secret when he created Gilligan's Island. Each character wasn't randomly chosen. They represented something much deeper, something biblical and sinister. The professor wasn't just smart. Mr. Howell wasn't just rich. And Gilligan himself was the most disturbing of all. Once you understand what each character really represents, every episode becomes something completely different. Something that will make you question everything you thought you knew about. This innocent comedy, Sherwood Schwartz, never saw Gilligan's Island as just another silly sitcom. He saw it as a kind of human laboratory, a social experiment hidden beneath the laughter. Every character he created was designed to represent a piece of American society. The rich man, the farm girl, the movie star, the intellectual, the everyman. When he first pitched the show to CBS, they told him it was too unrealistic. But Schwartz stood firm. He said it wasn't about realism. It was about stripping society down to its bones and watching what happened. He spent months writing profiles for each character, making sure their personalities clashed just enough to create comedy and just enough to create chaos. He even explained that the characters would never escape the island because their own flaws, their pride, their greed, their envy, their anger would keep them stuck. And that was the point. But in the beginning, the cast looked completely different. The original pilot included two secretaries named Ginger and Bunny. Their roles were too similar. They both played the same kind of character, and that didn't leave room for tension or growth. So Schwartz made a bold move. He scrapped Bunny and introduced Marianne, a sweet farm girl from Kansas. This gave him a perfect balance. Now he had a clear contrast between the glamorous movie star and the humble girl next door. This decision ended up shaping the entire show's energy. Even the name of the show was a battle. CBS executives wanted to call it The Castaways. They thought Gilligan sounded too goofy and didn't properly reflect an ensemble show. Schwartz disagreed. He believed Gilligan wasn't just a character. He was the spark, the one who always messed things up, who caused the chaos, who unknowingly sabotaged every escape. The show was his island. Schwartz was willing to walk away if they changed the title. Eventually, CBS gave in. Years later, in 1979, they used The Castaways on Gilligan's Island as the name for a TV movie sequel, but the original stayed just as he wanted. Still, CBS only greenlit the show after another unexpected success. The Beverly Hillbillies premiered in September 1962 and shocked everyone by becoming the #1 rated show. Executives suddenly realized that viewers loved fish-out off-water stories, sophisticated people in unfamiliar settings. That gave Schwartz his opening. He pitched Gilligan's Island as the reverse, a group of refined people thrown into the wilderness. Schwartz had a deeper idea, too. He secretly based all 7 castaways on the 7 deadly sins. The professor was pride. Mr. Howell was greed. His wife was sloth. Ginger stood for lust. Marianne symbolized envy. The skipper was wrath. And Gilligan, he was the trickiest one. Some saw him as sloth. Others thought he was something even darker, the one who kept everyone trapped. The Devil on the Island wasn't just a comedy anymore. It was a morality play. The casting process was full of strange turns. Jerry Van DJK, the brother of Dick Van DJK, was offered the role of Gilligan first. He turned it down, calling the script the worst he'd ever read. Instead, he chose a bizarre show called My Mother the Car in 1965. It flopped and was later ranked among the worst shows ever made. Van DJK admitted he didn't want to be known as Gilligan forever. That role eventually went to Bob Denver, who changed TV history, but not everyone was happy. Tina Louise, who played Ginger, was tricked into accepting the role. She was told her character would be central. That never happened. Ginger became a one-dimensional movie star stereotype. Louise felt isolated during filming. While the rest of the cast laughed and bonded between scenes, she often sat alone. Bob Denver refused to pose for publicity photos with her. She never came back for any reunion special. She felt betrayed. On the other hand, Dawn Wells earned her spot as Marianne by beating out over 350 other actresses, including a young Raquel Welch. The producers wanted someone who felt familiar, approachable, wholesome. Wells was paid $700 a week when shooting started in 1964. Her version of Marianne became so beloved that fans later told her, "I married a Marianne." When she passed away in 2020 from COVID-19, Tina Louise became the last surviving member of the main cast. Casting the skipper was almost a miracle. Schwartz was eating at a restaurant one day when he spotted a man at another table and blurted out, "That's the guy." It was Alan Hale Jr. The only problem was that Hale had already left for a movie set in Utah. They tracked him down and he hitchhiked with a truck driver to Las Vegas, then caught a flight to Los Angeles for the audition. He nailed it. Natalie Schaefer, who played Mrs. Howell, only took the role because she wanted a free vacation to Hawaii. She thought the show was beneath her and never expected it to last. Her agent told her, "You'll get paid and it'll be over in 6 months. She cried when she got the part. They filmed the pilot in Hawaii, then moved production to Los Angeles. Her tropical vacation lasted exactly 1 episode. The show's debut didn't go as planned. Aired on the same night as The Ed Sullivan Show, the biggest program in America. CBS feared disaster, but to their surprise, Gilligan's Island held its own. Its first episode drew nearly 12 million households, finished its first season